Hi, I'm Brett with Sigma, here to talk about the 100 to 400 millimeter lens today. This is a contemporary lens, like the 150 to 600, if you were paying attention to the last episode. So designed to be a little lightweight, versatile, compact, great range, 100 to 400 millimeters in this little lens, weighs 2.5 pounds, made for Canon and Nikon and Sigma cameras. So the questions that I normally get about the lens, again, like we talked about with the 150 to 600, you have the same set of switches, so autofocus and manual focus, pretty self-explanatory. The setting in between is manual override. That just allows me to default the lens or to let the lens switch over to manual focus without changing anything on the camera, and it's temporary. So once I let go of the focus release button on the camera, push it down again, the lens goes back to autofocus. I focus limiter. Kind of like a macro lens, if you've ever used something like that. Might speed up acquisition. If I know I'm only going to be shooting close subjects or long range subjects, I can switch it to the long position or the short position. Not any problem to leave it in the long setting. The lens is so fast and so the acquisition is so good. I've never had any problem with the autofocus speed on this thing at all. OS, Optical Stabilization, Mode 1, normal handheld. Mode 2 is for panning. So if I'm following a moving subject, I want to put it in 2. The way I think about it is if I'm intentionally moving the camera, I want to be in 2. If I'm not, if I want the camera to be as still as possible, I want the switch in 1. If I put the lens on a tripod or the camera on a tripod, I'm going to turn the stabilizer off. Custom switch works with the USB dock. It allows me to tweak focus speed, stabilization settings, custom focus limits through our accessory USB dock, which works with this and all of the Global Vision lenses. In one USB dock in the same mount would work with any of the lenses in the same mount. Nice little polycarbonate hood, very lightweight. It is reversible like a lot of hoods. It also has a groove built into it that I can use as a push-pull if I'm more accustomed to that. I know some lenses have that feature. I can do that either direction without any compromise to the lens at all. There's a lock switch. This lock switch only works at 100 millimeters just to keep the lens from creeping while you're carrying it around on your shoulder. But really, the lens isn't going to creep even at 400 millimeters. It's really, really nicely built. It is weatherized, so there are some seals throughout the lens. If you're in a torrential downpour, you want to run for cover or cover up your camera gear. But the lens is going to be fine in a little bit of mist or something like that outside. Extremely sharp, extremely fast. One of my all-time favorite lenses from Sigma. This one stays in my bag as much as, gosh, the 24 to 105, the 14-24, maybe a macro lens. This one's almost always in my bag with those. What else do I need to tell you about this thing? $7.99 is the regular price. And an extremely good deal at that. A lot lighter, smaller and lighter than a lot of other 100 to 400s on the market. It's a 5 to 6.3, so it'll autofocus with any camera body made today. I think that's all I can tell you about the lens. Come down here, put it on your camera, give it a try. I think you'll be very, very impressed. It's a great versatile lens for any kind of long range thing that you're shooting, some closer up wildlife. I've even done flowers with this. It's got a nice close focus distance to it, so you can do things like that with it as well. But come on down to the store, try it out. Again, I'm Brett with Sigma. Thanks for paying attention.